We're running the Cover 3 here at Pro Football Weekly, where we bring you 3 under-the-radar stories from Week 10 in the NFL. And for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're not mentioned as one of the most opportunistic defenses in the league, and they haven't forced fumbles in the same frequency as the Bears and the Giants, but in interceptions, only the Bears and Giants have more than the Buccaneers, who have 15 after getting a couple against Phillip Rivers in their win over the Chargers in Week 10. The Buccaneers now have gone only one game all season without making at least one interception. The Buccaneers have done this even though they don't have one of the more productive pass rushes in the league. In fact, their quarterback sack percentage, they're ranked toward the bottom of the league. The Bears and the Giants, they're among the league leaders in that category. And look at who's doing the intercepting for the Buccaneers. These are some guys that probably not many fans of the casual variety have heard of. Laquan Lewis, Leonard Johnson, who has a pick in each of the past 3 games. The Buccaneers lost Aqib Talib, traded him away after he was suspended. They've shipped guys in and out in that secondary. It's given up a lot of yards, but 9 of those 15 interceptions they have this season have come from guys that very easily could have been on other rosters at this point in the year. Talk about guys like Rondé Barber, who has 3, who they talked back into playing this season. Mark Barron, who has 1, guy that they drafted. Leonard Johnson, Laquan Lewis, who guys they picked up off the street, undrafted players. Another reason I think that Mark Dominic deserves at least a mention when you're talking about guys who deserve to be in the conversation for Executive of the Year.
Fresh off a humiliating defeat in Week 9 and being put on notice by their owner Bud Adams after the game, the Titans responded in a big way Sunday, throttling the Dolphins on the road 37-3. It was good timing for the return of starting quarterback Jake Locker, who had missed the previous month with a shoulder injury. While he was definitely a little bit rusty, as evidenced by his 9-for-21 outing, the Titans got a major boost from Locker's return, mainly by his legs, with an absolutely potent showing on 3rd downs against the Dolphins. Locker has a knack for making plays with his legs, both throwing on the move and picking up 1st downs on his own. So while Hasselbeck was hardly the reason for the Titans' struggles over the past month, it's really no surprise that Coach Mike Munchak was quick to go back to Locker, who gave the offense a clear boost. The Titans aren't playing for the playoffs at this point, but that doesn't mean there isn't still a lot to prove over the final 7 weeks. And the fact that they got their best playmaker back under center is a positive step in the right direction as we started to see Sunday.
The Bills lost again to the Patriots like they always do in Gillette Stadium. They were penalized 14 times for 148 yards. They are 3-6 and on a 3-game losing streak. But I'm here to offer some hope, some optimism for Bills fans. Just hear me out. In this game, the Bills racked up 481 yards on the Patriots and were on their way to score what could have been a game-winning touchdown if it wasn't for a Ryan Fitzpatrick interception. When you look at the rest of the schedule, it's very favorable for Buffalo. And keep in mind, the second wild card of the AFC, 9-7, 8-8 could be the area you want to be in to get that second wild card. When you look at the Bills' schedule, they have 7 games left, 5 of them are at home, and their toughest game is in Indianapolis, which doesn't really seem that imposing, even though the Colts are certainly playing well. Obviously, the Bills' biggest Achilles heel this season has been their defense. Lucky for them, you look at their remaining opponents outside Indianapolis, the best offense they play, the Dolphins, who are ranked 23rd heading into Week 10. And they play Miami twice, the Jets, they host Seattle, they still have Jacksonville and St. Louis in the schedule. If the offense, since C.J. Spiller, Fred Jackson, and Fitzpatrick play like they did for most of that game on Sunday, and defense stands their ground, this Bills team still has what it takes to make a run into the end of the season, and believe it or not, they could factor in the wildcard conversation if they're able to take care of business. For the rest of our analysis from Week 10 in the NFL, be sure to head to our website at profootballweekly.com.